Welcome to Miles from Her View, the podcast where we dive deep into the unfiltered reality of fitness, strength training, and nutrition within womanhood and motherhood. I am your host, Kat, founder of Kat with Strength. I'm a career strength and conditioning coach, entrepreneur, lifelong athlete, and a mom of two active boys. In each episode, we explore the unique challenges and triumphs faced by women navigating the complexities of life. From juggling family and career to prioritizing self-care, we dissect the systems and the habits that shape our health and wellness. Join us for real stories, authentic advice, and genuine conversations as we empower each other to embrace our journeys and find strength in vulnerability. Today, we're going to discuss how to maintain strength and conditioning routine for the long haul. Thank you so much for joining me today, wherever you're at. I truly appreciate the time you've dedicated towards this, and I do hope you get some takeaways that you can employ in your strength and conditioning routine. So let's dive in. There are 4 key takeaways here. The first one is allowing for messing up. Life is lifey. There are always going to be things that are going to come up that are going to cause you to shorten workouts, maybe move workouts, or needing to skip workout. Allowing for this and understanding that a plan is not going to be executed 100%, meaning you will never miss a workout. You'll always do the workout to completion and 100% how it's written. Allowing yourself to know that it's okay. It's supposed to change. If a plan was supposed to be executed 100%, and if that was the only way to see results, probably nobody would have any results attained. It's impossible to execute a plan absolutely perfectly to the T without deviating. It's just not the way it works out. A plan is, if you will, black and white on a paper, 2-dimensional, and life is organic. It has a lot of unpredictable things that come up. You are a human, and it's normal for plans not to go the way they're supposed to. So that's where self-compassion comes in. The understanding that it's okay if you need to move a workout. It's okay if, with your nutrition, that you do have times where you're not thinking about, I need to get a ton of vegetables on my plate. And if you allow for yourself to be human, it goes a little bit further than that, but understanding that there is going to be certain times that you will not be able to work out due to vacations. We are starting the summer season here in the Northeast. You are going to have breaks. There are going to be times where your eating isn't going to be the way you would like it, but allow for that messing up. Allow for yourself to learn as well. Even if it's not something scheduled, allow for yourself to learn. There is a learning curve where you have to understand that I need to hold myself to more discipline. I can't let myself get away with, I'm super tired all the time, so therefore I'll keep skipping my workouts. No, that's going to cause a lot of frustration. But if you understand that, okay, I'm still tired, but I can meet myself where I'm at. Maybe it's mobility. Maybe I'm going to do 1 set of every exercise. Maybe it's 2 sets of every exercise in a rep range. When I program for clients, I program for timing as well as rep ranges and set ranges so that clients can adjust. Yes, they use my guidance and understanding to help them articulate energy levels, stress levels, where they're at, so that they can become their own guides, so that they can adhere to the plan better. Again, we are not looking for perfection. I don't want my clients to do every single workout. That may seem weird, but I want them to know if they need to move or if they need to take that extra rest day because they're a little tired, that's what they should do. Or maybe they're swapping out a workout because they have something else planned for an event that is also physically demanding. So that is where it comes down to knowing yourself and knowing how to allow for that messing up. I'm going to jump ahead to number 3. We're going to go out of order. We're going to go to adjusting and adapting. Next is really when you adapt and adjust a plan, it is normal. Like I mentioned, plans are very two-dimensional. They don't take into account life and the organicness of life. A plan is just black and white, written on a paper, in an app. It's very static. You are an organic being who has feelings, energy levels, greater demand outside of your workouts. And I go back to when I was coaching athletes. I would know their routine more because they lived on campus. Things were more predictable. They didn't have jobs. They didn't have kids. There was lower stress. But you could plan for a lot of things to help get them the results. And again, we would have to adapt or adjust because there would be energy level dips and those things. But in real life, we still need to plan for those things. Burning yourself out or causing soft tissue injuries, muscle strains, tendon strains, all of these things, if you're not understanding how all of life stress happens and if you're not getting adequate sleep. So if your plan is written that it's very high intense, but you're also in a time period of your life where you're not getting a lot of sleep, think back, or if you're currently in the time where you have toddlers or babies, you're not getting a lot of sleep. You're not getting that restorative time to let your body repair, let itself rebuild, let inflammation decrease, cortisol levels decrease, or in perimenopause to menopause where there are sleep disturbances because of hormone fluctuations. So it's when you have a plan that adjusts and adapts to your current needs. And aside from, life seasons as it pertains to babies and toddlers and perimenopause and menopause, there's also work stress that can wreak havoc on sleep, where you're maybe staying up later or getting up earlier. There's stress plays a big impact. So it's taking that into consideration that if we are not getting the rest and the recovery that we need, and we're pushing ourselves super hard in workouts, it's going to actually work against us. So the other aspect is if you have an injury that does crop up, or you're coming back from an illness, or recovering from pregnancy, you need to adapt the plan. It's not just go work out to lose weight or to lose fat. We need to adjust and adapt to where you are at and meet yourself where you're at in that given. That is why it's really good, and this is why I kind of bumped 3 ahead of 2. Is asking for support, hiring a coach that is knowledgeable in these seasons of life that can help you train effectively and efficiently so you are moving forward. It's extremely frustrating to not be able to move your body the way you want to, or be doing all this work in the gym and it's kind of work for work and not seeing the results because it's not working with your body, working with your life at this current time. Hiring a coach who is well-versed in the area of life that you're in will help. So take a look at personal trainers' credentials. Do they understand what it looks like for postpartum recovery? Do they understand prenatally how to train an individual in that season? What about perimenopause, menopause, PCOS, a myriad of things that do go into play with writing a training plan, and helping a coach is instrumental in helping you understand how to adapt and effectively train. The other thing is finding support beyond that. Having family and friends also bought in to helping you prioritize your well-being, your health routine is very beneficial. I know in my household, it is one of our core family values of movement and strength and nutrition. We all welcome and we all have our boundaries on our time to move our bodies, strengthen our bodies. By way of my business, we do have a gym in the house. So that is something that we all take advantage of, and we help our kids strength train appropriately to their age level and where they're at, as well as we carve out time, both my husband and I carve out time for ourselves to access the gym to get our movement. Was it always that way? Absolutely not. When we were in the thick of things with kids and toddlers and babies, life looked a little bit different. That's where we're in a season now where our kids are both in grade school. We are more rested, so we can push ourselves more. That does not mean it's like crazy intense workouts. It means we're able to dedicate more time. Our lives have per se calmed down. We are in the thick of all things sports and music and parent taxiing around to drop our kids off here or there, but we are a bit more rested where we can have that consistency with our routine. And I'll do a podcast on training for the seasons of life and why it should look different. But having that support from family, friends, and hiring a coach who's going to be able to be supportive and not create that guilt or shame if you need to adapt, if you need to change your workout, because that just shouldn't be there. That's not going to set you up for success at all. Number 4 is the hardest, and I'm going to kind of start a little bit back. When I first started my business, it wasn't the best advice, and I totally disagreed with it, and I disagree with it to this day. Is you should never talk about how hard it is to maintain a strength and conditioning routine, to maintain your health as a priority. You got to tell clients, this is the advice, like you have to tell clients how easy it is. I strongly disagree with that. To be quite honest, it is hard. Even if you like working out, like for me, I enjoy it. But at the end of the day, I am human and I have feelings, and there is a lot of things in life. It is hard to maintain a routine. So, and that's number 4. I'm not going to sugarcoat this, but I also want to come at it is it shouldn't be a way to shy away from pushing yourself through a workout or showing up to a workout. I think if you explain to yourself, and it sounds weird, you do have that internal dialogue, but if you tell yourself, hey, you know what, this is going to be hard, but you know what, you're stronger, you can do this, or knowing that there isn't going to be a perfect time where your workout will seamlessly fit into your day. Sure, you're going to have some weeks, or you're going to have some days, you're going to have some times where, oh my goodness, everything's clicking, your workout is just naturally falls into the day, the energy that levels there, the motivation that is there. But for the most part, there's going to be that friction, that push-pull, tug-of-war effect with prioritizing your well-being and your health. That is a constant. So I think recognizing that and acknowledging the fact that that is a constant and normal for every person breaks down that stigma that one day this will be easy. One day this will just naturally fall into my schedule. There'll be no friction and it will just be easy for me to do this. No, it's hard. It's hard pushing your body. It's hard showing up. It's hard when you are being pulled in all directions and you still have to show up to yourself, or you had great intentions to get up before your family or whoever you cohabitate with, your job, or whatever your day looks like. You set that alarm, you even prep, your clothes are laid out, you know exactly, and something happens. Maybe it's a poor night's sleep. Maybe you check your email and you have to attend to that email because it's more pressing. And so that takes priority. And then, oh my goodness, where am I going to fit my workout into the rest of my day? That struggle will always be there. And I genuinely feel the more comfortable you can get with that and knowing, hey, you know what? I'm going to push, my workout needs to be pushed. I had planned to do the 40-minute workout that is on the schedule. However, today it needs to be 10 minutes because that's what my schedule allows. Awesome. I'm still showing up for myself. I'm still moving my body. I'm still prioritizing myself. Yes. Is this the 40-minute workout? No, but I'm still showing up. In that whole dialogue there, it recognizes the effort of showing up. You're still getting that placeholder, that repetition, that consistency there, and you're doing away with that guilt and shame. You're also employing that adaptability, the flexibility of understanding that life is going to happen. You're allowing yourself to be comfortable with that change. Okay. Is that failing? Did you not show up for the whole 40 minutes? Sure, but it's not necessarily failing because you showed up for the amount of time you had. You only had 10 minutes a day, despite there being 40 minutes. If you are working with a coach or a trainer who is going to be like, well, you need to really prioritize and show up for that 40 minutes, but doesn't recognize that you showed up for 10 minutes, I would strongly encourage you to reevaluate that relationship, because that's building guilt and shame. And if you are working with a coach and a trainer to allow for you to build those habits, build that consistency, build that momentum to keep showing up for yourself, having someone I'm going to say, hold it over your head that you're not showing up, or, not recognize the ways that you are, is not going to help you in the long haul. You're going to be burnt out. It's going to perpetuate that all or nothing, that perfection seeking model that we already hold ourselves to, and that we do see kind of perpetuated through social media, through fitness gurus, Fitspos, all the influencers out there that, portray this. They show up consistently, there's no adaptation, and it looks easy. All right, to recap, allow for messing up. It is vital. Shift that mindset from perfection seeking to embracing the progress. Really acknowledge when you show up, and if that internal dialogue of I should have prioritized more pops up, push it away and focus on the time that you are showing up, because your long-term success depends how you react in those moments and tolerate, let's go to the next point, that adaptability and that flexibility there. Okay, so it is okay to adapt. It will not affect the outcome. The more you adapt and meet yourself where you're at, the more consistent you are, and the longer you're going to be able to maintain a routine. Ask for support. This is helpful. Help doesn't mean you're weak. Help actually means you're growing in that strength. It can help you understand your behaviors more, help you provide a plan that is right there in your pocket. So, or, maybe going to see someone to learn how to strength train. It does provide that support system. And find a community that is very supportive and recognizes every effort that you do. And then understand it's going to be hard. I know that's not what you want to hear. We like to think it's going to just be magical and easy and very seamless. There are going to be weeks that feel like that, but the hardness doesn't go away. That's part of growing and getting stronger. Certain aspects are going to get easier. It doesn't mean don't do it. It just means, hey, you know what? It's okay. Things can be hard, but we can still be thriving and growing in the process. Sticking with a strength and conditioning plan for life requires patience, self-compassion, support, and adaptability. So allow yourself to mess up, seek support, and understand that motivation is going to wane and you're not always going to feel like doing it. So adjust the plan as needed to meet yourself where you're at so you can continue to see long-term success. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode. If you found this information helpful, please subscribe and share it with other high-achieving women looking to prioritize their health and well-being. And if you're ready to take the next step, book a consultation with me. I'd love to chat about your goals and to see if we'd be a good match to work together. Stay strong, stay committed, and remember, you are worth it. Thank you for joining me on another episode of Miles from Her View. Your support means the world to me, and I truly appreciate you being a part of our community. If you found today's episode helpful and want to stay informed about all things CatFit Strength, make sure to subscribe to our weekly newsletter. You'll receive exclusive insights, tips, and updates straight to your inbox. To sign up, simply visit the show notes or the subscription link. To discover more about CatFit Strength programs and how you can ignite your fitness journey, head over to our website at www.cat.fit. There you'll find everything you need to invigorate your path to strength and resilience. Once again, thank you for tuning in, and I can't wait to connect with you in our upcoming episodes. Take care, and remember, act to take the next step.